I've had people ask about my husband, Chad, who waited for me to serve 5 years in federal prison. They want to hear his side of the story, and I'm trying to talk him into doing that. He's very humble, pretty simple guy, grew up in Star Valley, Wyoming, kind of a cowboy. His parents are both school teachers, doesn't need the limelight at all, and obviously he loves me because he waited. So a little bit about us. I was pregnant with my third child, who I placed for adoption, when I met Chad. I had already struggled with being a single mother and drug addiction, and my life was pretty chaotic. And Chad had just graduated college. And the first time I met him, he came to my parents' home. He was friends with my sister and her boyfriend, and he stopped by. And I remember looking at him and just thinking he was so good and kind. He had these amazing blue eyes and the kindest smile. I'll share a picture at the end when we met. But anyway, somehow later we ended up dating and we got married, and he adopted my two children. And we started to build a life together. We bought a little home. I started my own photography company. We had 2 kids in elementary school, and then we had 2 more kids, and life got busy, very busy. My business grew, and I ended up relapsing on prescription drugs. The market was going crazy, and I got involved in some illegal real estate deals. And it was terrifying, and it was really hard. It was hard for me, it was hard for him. And there were years where he was angry, where he probably wanted to leave, but he stayed. And about a year before I walked into the courtroom and I was sentenced, Chad said, "I made a decision that I loved you and I would stand by you no matter what." And I really respect him for that, because a lot of people wouldn't make that choice. Chad lives his life by his decisions. And the day that I walked into the federal courthouse, I was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison. We walked out together. So I was gone for about 5 years, and during that 5 years, we wrote letters to each other. We emailed each other. Chad was home taking care of the kids and kind of rebuilding, and I was in prison really working on myself. And I say I was worth the wait, and I believe that I absolutely was. But Chad's decision to love me and see the best in me really helped me rise to that. I want you to know that you get to decide your story. You get to decide what you want the ending to look like. And Chad chose that story, and it is a beautiful story. Together, we're very happy. We've been through hard things together. So that's a little bit about Chad. I'm still working on him and trying to get him to come on video. We'll see what happens.